Right now, as you watch this, your brain is physically rebuilding itself. It's growing new connections to hold on to this exact moment. A memory isn't saved like a photo, it's literally constructed out of your brain. Because a memory is not a file sitting in a folder. It's a physical pattern of connections between brain cells, and you build that pattern in 3 stages: encoding, storage, and retrieval. To understand it, meet the neuron. You have around 86 billion of them, and each one reaches out to thousands of others, passing along tiny electrical signals. Where one neuron almost touches the next, there's a microscopic gap called a synapse. To send a message, the first cell squirts chemicals across that gap to the next one. Stage 1 is encoding, and it starts with an experience. Light, sound, a smell. Your senses convert the raw world into electrical signals firing through your brain. That experience makes a very specific set of neurons fire together in a pattern. And here's the key idea. That pattern of firing, i.e. the memory, there's nothing else to it. But there's a catch. If you weren't really paying attention when it happened, the pattern barely forms, and the memory never properly takes hold. Attention is the price of admission. Stage 2 is storage. A brand new memory goes first to a little seahorse-shaped region called the hippocampus. Think of it as your brain's save button and temporary inbox. Every time that pattern fires, the connections between those neurons get a little stronger. As neuroscientists love to say, neurons that fire together wire together. Then, over the following days, and especially during sleep, the memory is gradually moved out of the hippocampus and into the cortex, the wrinkly outer layer, for long-term keeping. The hippocampus keeps a kind of index, a map of where all the pieces ended up, because a single memory isn't stored in one neat spot. The sight of a moment, its sounds, and the feeling it gave you are stored in different regions of the brain, and then stitched back together when you remember. Stage 3 is retrieval, and this is the strangest part. To remember something is to rebuild it. A cue fires off part of the original pattern, and the rest lights up to complete the picture. That's why a single song, a smell, or one word can suddenly yank back a whole vivid moment from years ago. It only needs a corner of the pattern to reignite the rest. But because you're rebuilding, every recall is a reconstruction, not a replay. Where pieces are missing, your brain quietly fills the gaps with its best guess. And here's the wild part. Every single time you pull up a memory, you save it again afterwards, slightly changed. Your most remembered moments are the ones you've edited the most. Use a memory often, and its connections stay sharp and strong. Ignore it for long enough, and those sane connections quietly weaken and fade away. Emotion acts like a highlighter. When something scares or thrills you, a region called the amygdala flags it and tells the hippocampus, save this one in bold. This is why sleep matters so much for memory. While you're out cold, your brain literally replays the day's patterns and files away the ones worth keeping. And don't worry about running out of space. Your brain doesn't fill up like a hard drive, it just keeps growing brand new branches and connections to store more. Step back, and it's staggering. Everything you are, every skill, every memory, your entire sense of self, is held in this living web of connections. So to remember well, work with all 3 stages. Encode with real attention, store it with sleep and repetition, and recall it often to keep it alive. And you're not just reading this sentence, you are building it, laying down a brand new bridge between neurons that, a moment ago, had never spoken to each other. If you made it this far, you'll love the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you there.